January 1st, 2000 marked not only the beginning of the new decade, but also the beginning of the new millennium. We had outrageous fashion trends, both man-made and natural disasters, and technology breakthroughs. But somehow we made it through to today. Every era has its defining characteristics that everyone remembers it for. Today, I'll be talking about the ones from the 2000s. The 2000s had its fair share of important historic events. One of the most important being the terrorist attack on the United States that occurred on September 11th, 2001. When the planes hijacked by the terrorists crashed into not only the World Trade Center, but also Pentagon and the field in Pennsylvania. This event led to the development of the Department of Homeland Security in 2002 by the Bush administration. In 2003, we had the Columbia spacecraft explode. Upon re-entry of the atmosphere, all 7 astronauts were killed. In 2004, we had the tsunami strike Southeast Asia and it killed over 230,000 people. In 2005, we had Hurricane Katrina hit the United States. It was 400 miles wide and over 100 billion in damage was left behind. In 2008, we had our very first African American president. Obama was elected. 2009, we had the H1N1 outbreak, which was named a worldwide pandemic, the first one of its kind in over 50 years. On the bright side, we had minimum wage raised to $7.25 an hour. It had its first raise in 2007. After 10 years, it raised to $5.85, and then in 2009, it reached $7.25, which it stayed at today in most states. This information came from time.com. Not only did we have historic events, but we also had important breakthroughs in technology. This technology that was released would change everything. 2001, the first iPod was released. With the first iPod comes iTunes, and with that comes the decrease in sales of CDs, and even made cassette tapes completely obsolete. 2001, we also had Wikipedia introduced to us, still used today. 2004, we had Facebook created, which now has millions and millions of monthly users. 2005, YouTube came along, which has now transformed into something where I can publish a speech for my speech class, or I can listen to all sorts of music or watch movies or subscribe to my friends' channels. It's blown into something way bigger than ever imagined. 2006, we got Twitter, which according to Brandwatch now has over 330 million monthly active users. That doesn't even count the ones who don't post daily or don't use their accounts very often. Then in 2007, we had the release of the iPhone, which now has become something so much bigger than ever imagined. There's over 10 generations with different models in each generation. Then we had a couple of big moments in pop culture history. As far as music goes, we had Beyonce release her first solo single, Drunk in Love. We had the iconic 2007 Britney Spears meltdown. Everyone remembers when Britney Spears shaved her head. We have John Cena's WWE debut. He's now become a really popular celebrity. He's been on advertisements, movies, TV shows. He's even hosted award shows. We had the development of competition TV shows like Fear Factor, American Idol, Big Brother, all those things where you watch people just like us compete. And we also had Eminem become the best-selling artist of the time. According to Rolling Stone, he sold over 32.2 million albums. And there was a couple of memories that people don't always want to remember, such as the fashion moments. Like the fact that both boys and girls decided that it was a good idea to highlight half their head. The fact that both boys and girls decided that they wanted to wear the baggiest cargo shorts they could find, and those shiny tracksuits that everyone thought they needed. No matter what age you were in the 2000s, there's no doubt it was memorable. For me, it was part of my childhood. Looking back, I've seen it through a child's eyes, and now that I've become an adult, I've seen it through someone's much older's eyes. I've realized how important some of these things that occurred are, and sometimes I'm just shocked to see that we've made it through everything and we're still standing here today.
That it?